பேசுங்க அவங்க அப்படியே கேட்குறாங்க. அவங்க எதுவும் பேசுகிறது அதாவது கட்டவாசி இவனை திட்டுறது அவனை திட்டுறது சைட்லையும் சொல்லிடு எல்லா பக்கமும் பேசுறது அப்படியே
கரெக்டா இருக்கா? யாருமே போட்டு உட்காந்துருக்கீங்க திரும்ப எதுவும் டிஸ்கன்டினியூ நம்ம பசங்க இல்லடா அது அப்லோட் ஆகுது ப்ரைவேட் வந்துச்சு இருக்கு சரவணா போய் முன்னாடி போய் அப்படியே பாஸ் பண்ணிட்டு அனுப்பிடுறோம். இது வேற பப்ளிக் போட்டிங்களா? போட்டாச்சு விசிபிலிட்டி பப்ளிக் தான் போட்டிங்களா? ஜோசனோட கணக்கு சார் கணக்கு நானே சார் கொடுத்தீங்களா? எடுத்தாங்க டிஎல்எஸ் தான் போட்டீங்களா?
அப்போ நீ நம்மளோட கல்யாணம் அதில் ஓகே சார் இது அப்லோட் பண்ணி தான் விட்டேன்.
இங்கே இருக்க நெட்டில் அப்லோட் ஆகாது சார். 2 மணி நேரம் தான் இந்த வீடியோலாம் எடுத்துருக்கேங்க சார்.
இது பெட்ரோல் வேணும் தம்பி.
ஓகே சார் அப்படியே பண்ணி
நீ ஷேர் பண்ணுறது இது வர முடியாது. நான் ஷேர் பண்ணுறது வரவே இல்லை சார். ஷேர் பண்ணுறது இல்லை இது போன நீங்கள் வரல
லிங்க் கிட்ட தான் இந்த லிங்க் ஷேர்
நீ ஷேர் பண்ணுறது உங்களுக்கு லிங்க் காப்பி பண்ண வருது. கட் பண்ண மட்டும் பார்த்துக்கோ. ஓகே சார்
அவர் ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க. முன்னாடி போய் எடுத்துட்டியா? வீடியோ வீடியோ எடு வா. ஆள் வரக்குமா எடுக்க முன்னாடி போய் எடுத்துட்டியா?
பேச
சீஃப் கெஸ்ட் ரூமும் எங்கே கம்ஃபர்டபுளாக இருக்கும் அங்கே போய்க்கோங்க. சரியா? வீடியோ சார்ஜ் இருக்குமா? எல்லா ஃபோட்டோவே யாரும் வெளியே போடாதீங்க. எடிட் பண்ணிட்டு போட்டு ஃபுல் ஸ்க்ரீன் வச்சுருக்காங்க. வீடியோ மூணு பேர் லைவ் பாருங்களா? 3 பேர் யார் பார்க்குறாங்களா? 3 பேர் யாரோ பார்க்குறாங்களா? எல்லாரும் பார்த்து சொல்லுங்க. சீஃப் கெஸ்ட் வந்தாங்க டக்குன்னு சொல்ல இங்கே தான் நடந்துட்டு. சீஃப் கெஸ்ட் வந்தாங்க நாங்கள் முன்னாடியே வச்சு போயிருக்கோம். அதுதான் அப்போ பிசிஎம் போட்டுருக்கோம். என்ன எடுத்துட்டு இருக்கீங்க? அடி வாங்கிறாருங்க. கண்டதை எடுத்து ஏற்கனவே
வீடியோ எடுப்பா
யாரு
எடிட் பண்ண எல்லாத்தையும்
இந்த லைக் பண்ணலாமா? யாரும் நம்ம போயிருக்கா ஹரிகிருஷ்ணா டேட்டா யாரும் இருக்கு? லிங்க் அனுப்பிச்சிருக்கேன். டேய் துபாய் ஃபோன் அனுப்ப மாட்டேங்கிறான். துபாய் லீவா? தான்டா இன்னும் வர்ற இங்கே வர்றடா. ஏய் வலி ரெண்டு பேரும் மாறி பேர் ஒன்று அந்த எடுத்துக்கியா கேர்ள்ஸ் எடுத்து அடி வாங்கிறானுங்க. அது மட்டும் அட்டன் பண்ணிட்டானா? இதென்ன பண்ணுறது லைவ் டேய் உன்னை என்ன சொன்னேன்? டிசிப்ளின் கமிட்டிக்கு போனி ரெண்டையும் பார்த்துட்டு வேண்டாம் இங்கே வேண்டாம் எங்களை திட்டாமல் சரியா? ஜஸ்ட் சும்மா நடந்து ஏமா நடக்க சொல்லி ஃபோன் எட்ட வர சொல்லி என்னடா ரெண்டு பேரும் மஞ்சள் போட்டு வந்துட்டாங்க. ஏய் ஃபோன் வாங்க சார். நாங்கள் 3 பேர் சார். 3 பேர் எடுக்கணும் சார். அங்கே வீடியோ எடுக்கணும் சார். ஃபோட்டோ எடுக்கணும் சார். லைவ் இங்கே 2 பேர் இருக்கு சார். இவனும் சார். நான் வீடியோ எடுக்க போயிடுறேன் சார். வீடியோ 2 வீடியோ எடுக்கு சார். பின்னாடி இருந்து ஃபோட்டோ எடுக்க மாட்டோம் சார். இல்லைங்க சார். சார் ஆரம்பிச்சோன்னு போயிடுவோம் சார். அதனால தான் பிரகாசம் போட்டோம். நான் அதை எடுத்துறேன். ஓகே சார். இப்போ வச்சு பார்த்துக்கலாம். சொன்னல கூட்டம் திட்டுவாரு. டேய் என்னடா கேப்சர் சரி ஆக மாட்டேதாடா? இதெல்லாம் போட இல்லை எந்த பாரு அதே மாதிரி தான்டா நீ பின்னாடி வைக்கலாம். இங்க இதில் பாரு. டேய் ஓகே இந்த வீடியோ ஆப்ஷன் ஃபோட்டோ சரி வராதுடா. ஏய் பின்னாடி இருந்து ஒரு வீடியோ எடுக்கிறேன் போய் எடுத்து கைவாடு போட்டு வந்தது போயிடுச்சு. எதுக்கு லைவ் போடுறா எனக்கு இப்போ லைவுக்கு ஆள் வர வைக்கட்டுமா? யாரு இப்போ வர வைக்கிற பாரு. வரவே அடிச்சு விட பாரு. எங்கள் அப்பா கிளம்பலாம் போதும் 20 பேர் கிளம்புவாரு. அந்த 20 பேர் 20 நிமிஷம் தானடா போடுறீங்க? ஆமாண்ணா. சைட்லேயே வைக்க வேண்டியதானே? என்னண்ணா படுக்க வச்சு வைக்க வேண்டியதானே? ஹரிசாண்டில் வெட்டிக்கல் வரதில்லைண்ணா. வெட்டிக்கல் வர மாட்டேங்குதுண்ணா. ஹரிசாண்டல் தானே. ஹரிசாண்டல் வரதில்லை. லாக் ஆகுது. ஸ்க்ரீன் லாக் ஆகுது. ஸ்க்ரீன் லாக் ஆகுது. ஆமாம் லைவ் போயிட்டுருக்கா? போயிட்டுருக்குண்ணா. ஒய்ஃபை பாஸ்வேர்டு வாங்கிக்கிறேன். வாங்கிட்டோம். மாற்றி வச்சுக்கிறேன். இங்கே வச்சாலும் ஒர்க் பண்ண வைக்கலாம். மத்தாலும் உட்காரப்போ என்ன இருக்குது ஒரு ஸ்டேபிளாகவே வச்சுக்கோங்க. ஏதோ ஒரு ஓரத்தில் வைக்கணும். இந்த பக்கம் வச்சா அங்கிட்டு வராங்க எல்லாரும். அங்கிட்டு வச்சா அங்கிட்டு வராங்க. ஏதோ ஒரு பக்கம் வச்சுக்கோங்க. பசங்க சைடை வச்சுக்கோங்க. பசங்க சைடை வச்சு கொஞ்சம் பசங்க வெளியே வச்சுருக்க மாட்டாங்க.
என்னோட வயசு தான்.
ஒன்று தான் ஆறாயிரம் சொல்கிறாங்க.
சரி உன்னோட
இதுக்கு மாதிரி சொல்லி விடுறாங்க. ஃபஸ்ட் டைம் கர்நாடக மாநிலம் அடிக்கலாம். இனிமேல் உள்ள ஒரு முறை கரெக்ட் பண்ணாங்க. மிக சைடு எப்படி போடுறதுன்னு எனக்கு தெரியாது. சரி கிடையாது. வேற வச்சுட்டு இதை கவுண்டர் பண்ணிட்டேன். மூணு டிவைஸ் பண்ணிட்டு
சரி இஷ்டம் லைவ்ல ஜம்முன்னு கவர் பண்றேன். முன்னாடி வச்சு வர வரைக்கும் கேட்டுக்கிறான். எட்டாடா
Students, please be quiet.
முன்னாடி போயிடலாமா? முன்னாடி போகலாமா? எட்டுவா முன்னாடி எட்டு வந்துட்டா லைவ் வர சரியா இருக்கு.
வழி இல்லை, இடம் இல்லை. முன்னாடி சார் வாங்க சார்.
வீடியோ இப்போ லைவ் முன்னாடி எடுத்து போயிட்டா லைவ் முன்னாடி எடுத்து போயிட்டா அங்கிருந்து வர கவலை ஆரம்பிச்சு. என்ன அவங்க வர கவராங்க.
Okay, bye.
ஓட்ட எடுக்கிறாங்க.
சைடு பேக்
ஏன்டா
ஏன்டா எப்படி வச்சுருக்கீங்க?
இதான் மருந்து இப்படி சைடாக பண்ணால் லாக் ஆகுது பண்ணி கேட்டோம் இப்படிதான் இருக்குது. சரி வை
யூடியூப்ல இருக்க என்ன லைவ் இது?
யூடியூப்ல சரி நினச்சி தள்ளி இருக்காது கரெக்டு வேறு வழி இல்லை.
Students, please maintain silence. Students, please maintain silence.
ஏய் சூர்யா
இதுதான் எடுக்கிறேன்.
இதில் தான் வராது.
சீஃப் அவ்வளோதானே அதுக்கு
பெண்ணே அங்கேயே வச்சுக்கணும். சைடில் ஃபுல்லாக ஃபோக்கஸ் ஆனால் ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் பேக் பண்ணி இவ்வளோ ஒருத்தர் மட்டும் ஃபோக்கஸ் ஆகும். சரி நீ வேற எங்கேயோ சைட் போகும்.
Honorable dignitaries, learned delegates, respected teachers and students, a very good morning to one and all. It's our privilege to welcome you all on behalf of BCA Department for the 2 days National Conference on Deep Learning and Computer Interaction for Sustainability. Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is a progress, working together is a success. It is an occasion we get opportunities to test our knowledge and understanding. We look forward to get an exposure about what the best of the brain think about the advance in deep learning and computer interaction for sustainability. Make your presence known to the Lord and ask Him to grant you to the desire to pray and enter into this time of prayer. Now I would like to welcome Hamita and Trisha to lead us in devotional prayer.
பெற்ற தாய் தனை மகமறந்தாலும் பிள்ளையை பெரும் தாய் மறந்தாலும் உற்ற தேகத்தை உயிர் மறந்தாலும் உயிரை மேவிய உடல் மறந்தாலும் கற்ற நெஞ்சகம் கலை மறந்தாலும் கண்கள் நின்று இமைப்பதை மறந்தாலும் நற்றவத்தவர் உள்ளிருந்தோங்கும் நமச்சிவாயத்தை நான் மறவேனேன் நமச்சிவாயத்தை நான் மறவேனேன்.
Thank you Hamita and Trisha for your soulful song. It's the time to lighten the lamp. I request all the dignitaries on the dais to lighten the lamp. I request all the dignitaries on the dais to lighten the lamp.
மறக்கணும் மறக்கணும் எழுதி மறக்கணும் கால் வருது.
I express my heartfelt gratitude to all the dignitaries who played a pivotal role in our conference by lighting the lamp. Now, I would like to invite the head of our department, Dr. K. Haridhar sir, to present welcome address.
Good morning and a warm welcome to each and every one of you present here. This is great joy and a sense of profound privilege that I stand before you to extend a warm and hearty welcome to each and every one of you for this 2-day National Conference on Deep Learning and Computer Interaction for Sustainability at NGM. We, our NGM family, are privileged to have a great visionary whose dedication to academic excellence and unwavering commitment to the growth of our esteemed institution have been instrumental in shaping the educational landscape of our colleges, none other than our beloved President Sir, Dr. B.K. Viswanathan Sir. It is with great pleasure and immense honor that I extend a warm and hearty welcome to our esteemed Principal, Dr. Raghavani Muthukumaran Sir. Today we are privileged to have a leader whose vision, dedication and commitment to education have been instrumental in shaping the trajectory of our college. I welcome you, sir. It is with immense pleasure and honor that I stand before you to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Santosh Kumar Ramachandran, Senior Security Research Lead, Microsoft Bangalore. Sir, your presence today not only honors us but also serves a source of motivation for young minds faculties, and the entire community. I welcome you, sir. It is possible here only because of our faculty, Dr. Soni ma'am. I welcome you, ma'am. It's a moment of great honor and pleasure to extend me a hearty welcome to our esteemed and lovable chief guest, Dr. Sivaramaneeswaran, Senior Lecturer, Department of ECE, Local University, Malaysia. He is a wonderful faculty, tremendous researcher, and a pool of intelligence. I hope you all will receive a lot of innovative ideas and information from our chief guest and make this day definitely a memorable one. I welcome you, sir. At this juncture, I welcome Dr. Canada, who is here to bring the chief guest, Dr. Sivaramaneeswaran. It is my distinct pleasure to extend a warm and sincere welcome to our esteemed Dean Academic, Dr. Saravababu, sir. I welcome you, sir. I extend a warm welcome to our Research Dean, Dr. Uma, sir. I welcome you, sir. I extend a warm welcome to my Guru, Dr. R. Manikcharyan, sir, who is heading the Aided Department of Computer Science and also the Controller of Examinations. I welcome you, sir. At this juncture, I also welcome my another Guru, Professor Srinivasan, sir, Associate Professor of Computer Science and also the CDC Coordinator. I welcome you, sir. It is with immense pleasure and honor to extend a warm welcome to our SIMS Director, Dr. Balaswamy. I welcome you, Balu. I extend a warm welcome to the Deputy Controller of Examination, Professor Nagarajan, sir. I welcome you, sir. I extend a warm welcome to our Manager, Administration, Mr. Raghunath, sir. I welcome you, sir. I extend a warm welcome to Dr. Indumari ma'am, Head Department of Mathematics. Welcome you, ma'am. I welcome Dr. Manjurvadi ma'am, Head Department of Physics. Welcome you, ma'am. I welcome Dr. Sakti ma'am, Head Department, PG Department of Computer Science. I welcome you, ma'am. I welcome Mr. Vijay Kumar, Head Department of IT. Welcome, Vijay. I welcome faculty Dr. Anand Sundari, Department of AI and ML. Welcome, Anand. I welcome Dr. Radhamani ma'am, PG Department of Computer Science. I welcome, ma'am. I welcome Dr. Niremali, Head Department of AI and ML. I welcome you, Niremali. I welcome Sivarama Sundari. I also welcome my own department staff members, Dr. Uma Maheshwari, Dr. Malavi Ravindran, Dilip Kumar, Muruganandam, Satyapriya, Sumati, and Priya. I welcome you all. I welcome the staff members from other colleges and also research colleges and students from various colleges. I also welcome the sons and daughters of our department and our college. I welcome you all. This event is a knowledge of celebration, innovation, and incredible advancements taking place in the field of deep learning is possible here only because of my research scholar, Mr. P. Ganesh. I welcome you, Ganesh. Deep learning, a subset of machine learning, has emerged as a revolutionary force in the field of AI. At its core, deep learning draws inspiration from the structure and function of the human brain, employing artificial neural networks to process information in a way that allows systems to pattern, make predictions, and evolve with experience. Our college is privileged to host this gathering of intellectuals, researchers, and visionaries who are at the forefront of shaping the future. This conference is not just an assembly of minds, but a new nexus of ideas, discoveries, and collaborations that will undoubtedly contribute to the growth and expressions of latest innovations in deep learning. At this juncture, I am happy to share one thing. Actually, we have planned this conference just 25 days before, exactly on December 15th. It came into reality only because of our dedicated staff members and my students. I thank each and every one of you for your commitment and dedication. As a result, we have received nearly 100 papers from 25 colleges and universities like Christ University, Manipur University, Gandhigram, Madurai Kamaraj, SRM, and colleges like KCT, PSG, Krishna, RVS, and so on. Welcome everyone to a day filled with exploration, inspiration, and the boundless possibilities that deep learning brings. I pray the Almighty to serve the choices blessings to all of us. Once again, and welcome you for the conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your warm welcome and friendly gesture.
In the language of flowers, may this bouquet convey the harmony we aim to achieve in our discussion. Now, I would like to welcome Gokulath from D3BCAA to present bouquet to our chief guest, Dr. R. Santosh Kumar Ramachandran, sir. Thank you, Gokul. Now, I would like to welcome Arun Kumar from D3BCAB to present bouquet to our chief guest, Dr. Shivaraman Ishwaran, sir. Thank you, Arun.
We would like to inform that more than 100 papers from nearly 25 colleges outside Asia, such as Rice University Bangalore, Jain College Bangalore, Krishna College Coimbatore, PSG Coimbatore, Katpagam Coimbatore, Manipur University, Madurai Kamarajan University, Sri Vidya College Virudhunagar, SRM University Chennai, KCT Coimbatore, RVS Coimbatore, and so on are received for this conference. Now, I request our beloved principal, Dr. R. Muthukumaran sir, to hand over the first copy of the proceeding to the chief guest, Mr. Santosh Kumar Ramachandran sir, and academic dean, Dr. Sarana Babu sir, to our chief guest, Dr. Shivaraman Ishwaran sir.
I thank both of you, sir. Now, I would like to invite our principal, Dr. R. Muthukumaran sir, to deliver presidential address.
Good morning to all of you. Esteemed guest of the day, Mr. Santosh Kumar Ramachandran, Dr. Shivaraman Ishwaran, Head of the Department of Computer Application, Dr. Haridas, Dean Academic, Dr. Sarana Babu, Dean Research, Dr. Umapati, Dr. Manikacharyan, Head of the Department of Computer Science, Mr. Srinivasan, PRC, EDC coordinator, other dignitaries of the dais, heads of various departments, Dr. Indumati Manjula Reddy, Dr. Polytechnic Science Director, Senior Master Professor, Thiru Nagarajan, my good friend, Mr. Raghunathan, Manager Administrator, and other invitees, research scholars from other college, and my dear daughters and sons of this highly reputed higher educational institution in the EU. I deem it a great pride and privilege to preside over this unique occasion because this deep learning is need of the hour. Deep learning is method of artificial intelligence that teach computers to process data in a way that is inspired by a human brain. I think you can see the hope of the application. It's also the reflection of the brain. Deep learning models can recognize complex patterns in pictures, text, sounds, and other data to produce accurate insights and predictions. There are so many domains under deep learning. They are given in the letter. They are artificial intelligence techniques and main domain. Artificial intelligence and machine learning, big data analytics, intelligent computing. I don't want to take much of the time, but what is my message? Today in Hindu newspaper, there is a column about the importance of skill enhanced program. Skill enhanced program. So whatever the topic they are going to focus in this platform, they are going to provide opportunity to present the various resource paper and the following more than 20 topics. So everything focused today in Hindu newspaper in a column of the editor. That is, they are mentioning the job market in India is constantly changing, and we are now witnessing a significant shift towards skill-based hiring. This seminar also providing a platform to enhance your skills. Am I right, sir? Very skills. The old-fashioned approach to hiring, which relied on academic qualifications and work experience, is giving way to a more dynamic method that prioritizes specific skills. This shift reflects a wider recognition that skills rather than just degrees are the key to success in today's highly competitive job market. A skills-first hiring approach gives priority to a candidate's practical abilities over traditional qualifications. It is relevant today because it provides equal opportunities for all, allowing talent to shine beyond academic labels. The advantages of this approach include a more inclusive job market and the ability to tap into hidden talents. I think this article is more relevant to the topic of the day. Am I right or not? So nowadays, the president of our college quite often refers that we don't want to produce degree holders, job seekers, entrepreneurs, but we should prepare our students for the expectation of the day-to-day of the year. In one word, we should prepare our students for life. So NGO, as a whole NGO, particularly the Department of Computer Applications, prepare you for your life. I think Hari mentioned here, inclusiveness and innovation. Innovation. Clear? This all reflects the innovative attitude of the Department of Computer Applications. Yes or no? Please give applause to him. I thought this is a global investor meet. It is global investor meet. This also exhibiting what are the need, what are the need of the world. So whatever the hidden talents we are possessing, we should know how to exhibit. So in this juncture, it's my duty to appreciate the Department of Computer Applications and the faculty members of the Department of Computer Applications as a whole, the computer cluster. Mr. Hari, Dr. Hari, you know, he is an excellent example for the inclusivity, integrity, sustainability, accountability, sense of ownership. So these important facts have been focused in this seminar. While his welcome address, you might have listened. You have 30 years experience in that. இந்த மாதிரி வெல்கமெண்ட்ஸ் நான் இங்கே பார்த்தது எல்லா சொல்லாரையும் So எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து பண்ணும்போது the output may come up to our expectation. If it is, once again, my compliment to all the computer cluster people, especially Haridas, head of the department. Why I am once again telling the compliment to the lecturer and faculty members. Whatever he possesses, he knows how to focus. The president of our college went off and referred that we should be focused. We should be focused in one area or in one particular topic. How could it possible? He mentioned here, I think within 20 days. 25 days. Within 25 days, this is possible because of the teamwork of our faculty and students he mentioned here. Once again, I want to refer from Vivekananda quote. If we want to succeed in our assignment, in our daily work, each and everyone should take. We should take up one idea, make that one idea our life, think of it, dream of it, live on that idea, let the brain, muscles, nerves and every part of your body be full of that idea. Just leave every other idea alone. This is the way to success. I hope this quotation of Vivekananda is more relevant to the Department of Computer Applications, even computer cluster, even today's seminar. With this, my best wishes to everybody. Thank you very much.
I would like to express my sincere gratitude for your inspiring presidential address work. Your insightful words have a lasting impact. Once again, thank you, sir.
In unity, we find strength. Let this conference be a testament to our collective commitment to a brighter future. Now, I would like to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed staff member, Dr. S. Satyapriya ma'am, to introduce our chief guest, Mr. R. Santosh Kumar Ramachandran sir, to the crowd.
A very good morning to all of present here. It is my pleasure to introduce our chief guest, Mr. Santosh Kumar Ramachandran, Senior Security Research Lead, Microsoft, Bangalore, Karnataka, who has graciously accepted our invitation to join us today. He is a highly accomplished individual in the field of data science and artificial intelligence. He completed his Bachelor of Engineering at Sri Krishna College of Technology from 2009 to 2013. He started his professional journey as a security analyst at Tata Consultancy Services from August 2013 to September 2015. From September 2015 to February 2021, he held progressive roles at FireEye, evolving from associative research scientist to research scientist, senior research scientist, and finally staff research scientist. He worked as a senior security researcher at Microsoft from March 2021 to Jan 2023. Since then, he has been the senior security research lead at Microsoft. Currently, he serves as a security researcher and a data science enthusiast with over 9 years of experience, specializing in detecting spear phishing and business compromise emails using artificial intelligence. We are honored to have him with us today to share their insights and experiences with us. I am sure that this interaction with our chief guest will be a valuable learning experience for all of us. Sir, thank you for once again for being here with us today. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. This national conference is a platform for diverse ideas, fostering unity and innovation towards our shared goals.
Mr. Crime Production.
It's my honor to welcome our distinguished chief guest, Mr. R. Santosh Kumar Ramachandran sir, Senior Security Research Lead, Microsoft, Bangalore, Karnataka.
ஒரு 5 நிமிஷம் யுவைஸுக்கான பாட்டு பின்னாடி
ஃபோன் எடுக்க மாட்டேன்.
அப்படியே ஃபோன் எடுத்து வீட்டு எடுக்கிற மாதிரி போயிட்டு யுவைஸுக்கான பின்னாடி போய் பாட்டு
அங்கேயே நின்றுக்கோ.
கையில் பிடிக்கலாம், ஹோல்டரில் வச்சு பிடிக்கணும். லைவ் ஹோல்டரில் வச்சு கையில் பிடிச்சிக்கணும்.
அதான் கையில் வச்சுக்கணும். வீடு எடுக்கிறத கையில் நீ கல்றா அது ஸ்டாண்ட்லேருந்து கழட்டாது. என்ன ஒரு ஹெல்ப்பு, அதை வந்து மேலே பிடிக்கிறீங்களா? ஏ அதை லூஸ் பண்ணி
டைட் பண்ணிட்டியா? இதை வந்து அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். நீங்கள் தூக்க முடியாது. நீங்கள் போட்டு இறக்கு போதும்டா. கொஞ்சம் இறக்கு. ஏய் இறக்குல எப்போ வரும்? என்ன மாதிரி சொல்கிறேன்? கேட்டா இதை ஆமாவா தூக்கிட்டு வந்து போய் இங்கே அவன் பேசல தெரியாது. திருப்பி சரி இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் இப்படி போதும்.
வீடியோ
போதும்.
அங்கே
அவர் பேச
அதை அவன் எடுத்துட்டு போயிடுவா.
லைவ்ல ஸ்டேஜ் பேசலாம் போகிறாங்க. அப்புறம் அவர் இங்கே இந்த பார்த்தா பேச போகிறாரு. பைக்கில் தானே நிறைய சவுண்ட் கேட்காங்க. பைக்கில் வேற
கணேசன் அங்கேயே வச்சுருவாங்க.
இங்கே கேட்குறேன்.
அதுதான் அங்கேயே வச்சு விட்டுருக்காங்க.
முன்னாடியே வந்துட்டாங்க. இல்லை இல்லை அவங்க ஆப்ரேட் பண்ணுறாங்க. சரிடா பேச தெரியும்.
பின்னாடி
நான் அந்த இது பிபிடி அன்சே வச்சுக்கலாம்.
ஏய் அவங்க பேச ஸ்பீக்கர் இருக்காரு. அப்பதான் அவங்க கரெக்டாக இதாகும். அங்கே மாற்றினீங்கன்னா உனக்கு ஒன்றும் தெரியாதுடா பேசுறது.
இருக்காரு இங்கே தான் இருக்காரு. இப்போ
Students, please maintain silence.
Hello. Morning, everyone. So excited. Hope I was half excited as you are. Arun is in college. So, applications of AI in cybersecurity. Before we proceed to the topic, I would like to thank the staffs of the Indian College for presenting me with this opportunity, and thank you one and all for recognizing me and then asking me to come talk to this. I always feel great, always feel excited to talk to the Academia Minds, and thanks for this opportunity. So let's switch to the next slide. Before we begin, who I am, யாரா நீ பாட்டுக்கு வந்த ஆரம்பிக்கிற யார் நீ? So let's switch. Who I am? So 10 years of expertise in the cyber security research space. Right out of college, I was one of the fortunate ones who got opportunity to work in cyber security right out of college. So it's been 10 years, முடியெல்லாம் நடிச்சிருச்சு, டை வச்சிருக்கு, அழகாக போயிடுச்சு. ஸோ 10 years of experience in cyber security space, and worked on research and response teams, like security research and response teams in one of the leading companies like Apple. I initially started my career at Apple. I was there in the abuse team, like the iCloud email and the iMessage that you send. Right, I was in their abuse team first, and then I later progressed to a company called FireEye. So that actually makes security vendors not use antiviruses, right, in your systems. So the company develops antiviruses, security solutions for enterprises, like for large companies. Matta company security solutions for the company of FireEye. So I used to work there. I think I worked majority of my professional career. I worked there, and then currently leading a team of dedicated researchers, focusing on securing the email space. So email is my end-to-end business now. Any Hotmail live.com users here? Ellarum Gmail. Okay, so when you use your emails, right, there is something called as a junk folder. Anyone saw that folder? Anyone? இமெயிலே திறக்கிறது இல்லைங்க, இன்ஸ்டாகிராம்லேயே எல்லாம் வந்துடுது. ஸோ there is something called as a junk folder, and then you go there, you find all sorts of advertisement, all these stuff. So have you ever wondered, right, what actually made that email land in that particular folder, right? So that's where my team comes into picture. So we run series of systems that make sure that the end users are protected from, they get only the clean emails that they are supposed to get, and all those advertising and so what you see in junk is the gray area, the 10% of our stuffs. We are blocking so much of that. Like, I'll talk the numbers probably a little later down the slides. So there is so much going on the background. There are a lot of emails that you don't even see that you've been sent to you. So probably நீங்க பார்க்குற emails it's more or less around 30% of the emails that is being sent to you. The rest 70% it's getting blocked in our systems itself. Moving on, so that's about my professional. So personally, I hail from the neighboring town, Udumalpet. So Pollachi is nothing new to me. So being here, went there so many times, and then I'm a very good friend of Dinesh, who is son of your deputy controller. So it's like I know Pollachi and also. And yeah, like they mentioned, I graduated in Sri Krishna College, Coimbatore in 2013. And then little personal hobby side, right? So I love motorcycles. Like I love to take long rides. Go somewhere. So at least to shed off all the noise that we currently have. Any Royal Enfield fans in the club? Hey, so many guys, right? Nice. So I love bullets, not the noise making ones they sell in the market now. So I own a 2003 Electra, the one with gear on the right and brake on the left. So I drive that whenever I get a time. And last, சந்தோஷம் மட்டுமே வாழ்க்கை இல்லை அப்படிங்கிற புரிஞ்சதுக்காக I am married and I have a delightful 4-year-old kid. Oh my God. My wife's relatives are in this hall, so wait, let's not talk more on that. Okay, let's move on. Okay, come on, let's go. What is cyber security? சரி, நான் மட்டுமே பேசிகிட்டு இருந்தால் நல்லா இருக்கும். ஸோ அதனால் இந்த கிளாஸ்லாம் கேள்வி கேட்குற மாதிரி நான் ஏன் டேர்ன் இது என்னை கேட்டாங்க என் ப்ரொஃபஸர். ஸோ வாட் யூ திங்க் இஸ் சைபர் செக்யூரிட்டி? வாட் யூ திங்க் தட் வி டூ இன் சைபர் செக்யூரிட்டி ஸ்பேஸ்? எனி ஆன்சர்ஸ்? எனி ஒன் வாண்ட்ஸ் டு ட்ரை? Who wants to try? Oh, so much of silence. Should I pick? Pick பண்ணலாமா வேணாமா? வந்தியா பேசுனியா போடா, ஏண்டா கேள்வி கேட்குற? ஓகே, சரி, நம்மளே பார்ப்போம் என்னதான் நடக்குது. ஸோ I'll put what different people in my life think what I'm doing. Okay, so let's go. What my friends think I do, right? The person who I actually been friends with in college, school. Hey, Instagram account add பண்ண முடியுமா? Can you hack my WhatsApp? Like, there is one person I really want to hack my WhatsApp. Like, can you hack his Gmail address? No, it's not going to work like that. Like, I'm telling you, it's not possible. They're not believing. Like, Tamil படத்துலலாம் வந்து they were able to put sand in that bike's fuel tank. No, definitely not going to work like that. So that's what my friends think I do. And then what my wife thinks I do, like the most important person, right? காலையில் போகிறேன் மீட்டிங்னு ஜாலியாக இருக்கேன், இதுக்கு உனக்கு சம்பளம் வேற தராங்க. தட்ஸ் வாட் ஷீ திங்க்ஸ் ஐ டு. மூவிங் ஆன். Most important aspect, what my parents tell other peoples that I do. என் பையன் தான் மைக்ரோசாஃப்டே ரன் பண்ணுறான், சத்யாக்கே சந்தேகம்னா அவன்கிட்ட தான் கேட்பாரு. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் வாட் ஐ ஆக்சுவலி மை பேரண்ட்ஸ் டெல் மை ரிலேட்டிவ்ஸ் தட் ஐ டூ. See, these are all these factors included, right? What I actually do is the question, right? என்ன தான் பண்ணுறோம் நாங்கள். So this is what I really do. I am neck deep in data and logs. So cyber security is all about, having neck deep of data and then driving information out of it, or finding an area where think a particular suspicious or malicious things happening, right? So that's what cyber security is all about. So there is something called as there is a saying in Tamil, right? மலையை குடஞ்ச எலியை பிடிக்கிறது அப்படின்னு. The same thing we do day in day out. So we have tons and tons of data, we process through them, and then we actually find something. So to give you some insight, like the back of the napkin numbers, right? How much we process in a day, the systems that we are responsible for sees 900 crore emails. 900 crore emails passes through our systems every day, out of which and we junk around 300 crore emails. So that's what, when I said, right, the fraction that you see is just 30% of what is the email that's being sent to you. And let's take this, right? Like if I keep 900 crore emails, and then let's say on a basis very minimum I generate 10 features per email, then I'm ending up with 9,000 features every day. So our biggest challenge is, how am I gonna process this 9,000 features? How am I gonna identify which one gives me the best output or the best result? Okay. So landscape, right? Let's talk a little about cyber security landscape, right? We can't just go directly and say, hey, we should be using ML for this, we should be using ML for that, right? AI for this, AI for that. There should be a reason to use something, right? If I want to use an AI or an ML tool, we should know why we are using. There is a saying, right? We all do. Like we get stuff that we don't know why you want to get, right? We get, I want to get an iPhone, man. Why do you want an iPhone, right? Nobody has an answer. Like, பார்க்குறது வாட்ஸ்அப்பு, அது எந்த ஃபோனில் பார்த்தா தான் என்ன, ஐஃபோனில் தான் பார்ப்பீங்களா? So we should know why are we actually getting something. So we'll talk a little bit about the landscape, the challenges that cyber security as a domain faces, and then we will know how actually the ML or AI is actually solving this problem for us. Okay, so let's move. Constant evaluation. So this is where, like, there's actually one good and bad thing about cybersecurity, working in cybersecurity. So every day is day one on the job, because you are never working on the same thing again and again. So it constantly changes the threat landscape, right? Like it goes through a rigorous phase, and like especially in the space that I am in, right, the mails that we see, the campaigns that we observe, that changes every 3 hours. So every 3 to 4 hours, right, it changes. So you actually need to keep up with them. So it's always a cat and mouse game, right? You keep running in circles. The attackers will put a campaign, we put a detection, and then they change it, and then we will again put a detection, they will change it. So it's like a constant evolving game. So the one of the build that we need is, we should be having, right, we should be very fast when we are deploying something, when we are detecting something. So this is always a constant changes, and our conventional approaches. So conventional approach is like, you write a signature or on a particular malware or something, it goes through testing, and then it goes through beta, and then it goes to production. By the time the campaign is long gone, attacker would have done all these things. So this is always a constant, one of the constant challenges that we face in the cybersecurity field. Sophisticated threats. So yeah, this is again one of the key things, right? Like even attackers know, like every company to started taking cybersecurity seriously, so they now allocating at least minimum 10% of their revenues only for cyber securities for them, right? So even the attackers are now aware, so all these basic attacks are no longer working, right? So at least I think a year or for 2 years back we had this thing, right? So bankல இருந்து கால் பண்றோம், கால் மேல இருக்க 16 நம்பர் சொல்லுங்க. Now we are not getting it because we all got aware. We all aware of this. So we started trawling those calls, right? Now they are actually shifting gears and changing tactics. So similarly in cybersecurity space as well, the attackers have evolved. So they are no longer that some college kid trying to hack something just to show off, or it is not no longer somebody who doesn't have any work trying to make a quick money. Nothing like that. Now people are properly trained. If that guy could come, we will hire him, right? The guy who is doing these attacks, if he comes, cybersecurity companies are ready to hire those folks, but those guys are making more money, so they don't want to do it. So sophisticated threats is one of the things. And then polymorphic malware and zero-day exploit. So when I say polymorphic malware, right, that malware is so complex, right? Everything, right? Let's say if like I gave you numbers, 900 crores, let's say half of them has attachment, 450 crore files. How do you think humans can process that? So obviously systems will process that. So this polymorphic malware is so complex that the systems are unable to know whether it is clean or like malicious, right? And then people get, right, we stay on the safer side because we don't want to get yelled at the customer, right? You blocked all our pay slips kind of things, so we leave them. அது லியோதாஸா பார்த்திபனா ஒன்றும் தெரியாமல் நாங்கள் சிஸ்டமும் புரியாமல் சிஸ்டமே கன்ஃபியூஸ் ஆகிடும், அதுக்கப்புறம் நாங்களும் கன்ஃபியூஸ் ஆகி உட்காந்துருப்போம். ஸோ தீஸ் ஆர் த சேலஞ்சஸ். அண்ட் தென் we have the social engineering tactics, like no longer they are doing this. Like if they want to target someone, they know who they are targeting. They know we recently saw something like they are actually using LinkedIn profiles. They go to LinkedIn, find which team you are working and then which office you are working, and then now they are finding out who your managers are. It's very easy, right? You put something and then you are the best manager, you go and comment, or you, hey, all the best, you comment to a colleague. They know your relationships, so they do a social engineering. So basically the பொண்ணு மாப்பிள்ளலாம் பார்த்த புதுசில் விசாரிக்க போவாங்கல்ல, யார் மாப்பிள்ளை எப்படிங்க பொண்ணு எப்படிங்க, அந்த மாதிரி அட்டாக் பண்ணுறதுக்கு முன்னாடி விசாரிக்கிறாங்க சுற்றி இருக்கிறவங்களாம் ஹேக்கர்ஸ் இப்போலாம். ஸோ தட்ஸ் த சோஷியல் இன்ஜினியரிங் டெக்னிக். they actually know who you are. And let's move. Rapid technological advancements, right? This is again the technology paradigm shift of the phase that we are in. It's so evolving, right? Apple every September ஒரு ஃபோன் விட்டே ஆகணும், 14, 15, 16 விட்டே ஆகணும். There is so much of pressure on them, right? You keep the same product for 2 years, they call you outdated, right? அதில் ஒன்றும் புதுசாக இல்லைப்பா இந்த ஃபோனில், nothing new in this, right? There is a huge pressure on all the product companies to actually deliver something new every year or every quarter, right? So like that makes them think, right? When a software or a product has to mature, it will take 2 years to mature, to go through all the security things, to fix everything, right? But with this constant pressure that the companies are actually compromising security. They think, okay, we are no longer security is not a P1, it's not a priority. I know we can accept, we are okay to take the risk. That's what the company says. This is again a challenge. We need to actually deliver a product in a very short time span that is at least foolproof. So that is again one of the challenges we have. Global connectivity. So again நம்ம வீட்டில் இந்த ஜியோ வந்ததுக்கப்புறம் பயங்கரம், இட்ஸ் லைக் a huge disruption in the email space, right? இப்போலாம் நெட் இல்லாத ஆளே இல்லை. somebody says you don't have a WhatsApp, they look at you like, யாரா லைக் வெளியூர்லேருந்து வந்திருப்பான் மாதிரி தெரியுது. ஸோ இட்ஸ் லைக் every village, every remote village is now connected with internet, 4G, 5G, right? We have connected devices that we don't even know why it is connected. Fridge எல்லாம் connected, fridge எல்லாம் வைஃபை இருக்கும். என் ஃப்ரெண்டு வச்சிருந்தான், வைஃபை ஃப்ரிட்ஜ் வாங்கியிருக்கேன்டா அப்படின்னு. என்ன பண்ணுது, இதுலேயே சீரியல் பார்க்கலாம். என் ஒய்ஃபு சமைக்க சீரியல் பார்த்துட்டே சமைப்பாங்க. ஸோ திஸ் IoT ஸ்பேஸ் has changed it, like every device is now connected. So there is a saying, right? What ஒரு கோட்டையோட பலம் என்ன, what is the strength of the fort, right? ஒரு கோட்டையோட பலம் என்னன்னா it's as strong as its weakest point, right? ஒரு ஃபோர்ட்டோட பலம் என்னன்னு கேட்டால் அதோட வீக்கஸ்ட் பாயிண்ட் எவ்வளோ பலமோ அந்த அளவுக்கு தான் அந்த கோட்டையோட பலம். த மொமெண்ட் இட் இஸ் பிரிட்ஜ், நீங்கள் ஒரு மெயின் கேட் பயங்கர ஸ்ட்ராங்காக இருந்தால் என்ன, பேக் டோர் ரொம்ப மோசமாக இருக்குது. ஸோ தே கம் இன் எனிவே. ஸோ வித் திஸ் கனெக்டிவிட்டி வாட்ஸ் ஹேப்பனிங் இஸ் எவ்ரி டிவைஸ் இஸ் நோ வல்னரபிள். இமேஜின் நான் வந்து ஒரு வைஃபை ஹேக் பண்ணிட்டா போதும், யுவர் டிவி இஸ் கனெக்டட், ஐ நோ வாட் யுவர் வாட்சிங், யுவர் அலார்ம் இஸ் கனெக்டட், யுவர் ஹீட்டர் இஸ் கனெக்டed, your fridge is connected, everything is smart except humans, everything is smart in the home. So that's what, like that again warrants a challenge. Like all the devices are connected, you compromise one device, that again can easily take over your complete ecosystem. So that's how things are. Let's move. Targeted attacks, right? This is again we actually touch based a little on this, right, initially. So now no longer we have see this widespread attacks kind of things, right? So everything is targeted. So if they want to know who they are, they exactly know who they are targeting. So it's like they know your name as well. So they simply say I'll get a mail from my manager, somebody knowing mimicking me. So they'll say, hey Santosh, I need an urgent, like I'm stuck outside and I have this particular blah blah blah, and can you give me this password for this critical system, right? And we have seen this happening, like most of the time generally it will be the secretaries of the CEOs. So those are the most vulnerable targets we have. So these secretaries, they will get an email mimicking their CEO saying that, hey, I'm stuck outside in somewhere, I'm in the middle of a meeting and this check has to be passed ASAP. So this is the wire transfer instruction. Send me $10,000. Send $10,000. So it's heavily targeted and it is very difficult to distinguish. And moreover, they come up with very innovative ways, right? Even yesterday, like I'll talk a little yesterday's case. We saw a phishing campaign yesterday. So it was like this. You go to a site. So that site, it loads in a Korean language. So when you go to a site that loads in Korean language, and then on the top you have this language selector scroller, right? So anyone seen that web pages? Book My Show, bookings.com, you can change the language of the site. So even in the apps you can change, right? So let's say you go to a site and it's in a language that you don't understand, what you do? So obviously go to the language selector and start clicking English, right? So the attacker is so clever in this. So he set the default, he compromised the travel web page, set the default language as Korean. So now what happens, whenever somebody try to access the travel site, they'll be served a Korean page. And unaware of that, what we will do next, we'll just go to the language selector bar and try to select English there. And the phishing link was actually in the English one. So if you click on English, it will redirect you to a phishing page. So it was so clever. So that's what the targeted attacks, the attackers know what they are targeting. And like I mentioned, right, like we scroll we analyze all these files. So when you have a link in your email, we just go browse that link. So the attackers also know that we browse that links even before delivering to the user. So what they would do, if they are targeting a German client, they'll make sure the particular phishing page serves only in the German IP address range. If it is loaded from any other IP, it will redirect to Google or some Yahoo News, and it goes to a legit page. So the attacks are very targeted and sophisticated, and our countermeasures should also be equally competent to detect this. Okay, weaponization of information. So this is actually a great one. Okay, so Now we are no longer like, 10 years back when I started password எடுக்கிறது, they started doing this, right? No, they started accessing financial gains, right? Sir, you'll get an OTP, please share that OTP. Those kind of things were being done. Now these guys are no longer interested in that, right? That is one aspect. Now they are moved into a bigger league of things, right? Stealing your data. The moment you agree, right, you be stealing your data and creating a profile out of you. Cambridge Analytica, how many of you remember? Anyone knows what happened in Cambridge Analytica and Facebook? Oh, nice. So I'll run you a very brief. US election நடந்துச்சு. ஸோ ஃபேஸ்புக்லேருந்து அக்கௌண்ட்ஸை எடுத்து அவங்கள the data pointers they collected, ரைட்? இவன் என்ன சாப்பிட்றான், எங்கே போகிறான், எந்த மாதிரி பேசுகிறான், என்ன மாதிரி சொல்கிறான் அப்படிங்கிற டேட்டாவை ஃபேஸ்புக்லேருந்து எடுத்து they ran an analytics to identify people who they can actually brainwash in favor of a particular political party. That is what happened with Cambridge Analytica. So they came up with a list of people who they can manipulate, like இன்ஸ்டாகிராமில் வரும்ல, அதை போய் நம்ம புதுசாக ஏதாச்சும் நியூ பைக்ஸ் இந்த டவுன் அப்படின்னு போட்டால் அடுத்த நிமிஷம் இன்ஸ்டாகிராமில் போனோம்னா ஃபுல்லாக பைக் அது ஆட்ஸ். ஸோ திஸ் ரெலவன்ஸ் ஆட், ஹவு இஸ் இட் ஹேப்பனிங்? த டேட்டா ஷேர் இஸ் ஹேப்பனிங். ஸோ using this data to politically influence you or to make you buy something, right? So that's what is weaponization of information. So எதை கொடுத்தா அவங்கள manipulate பண்ண முடியும். So identifying the crowd that they can be manipulated. So these kind of things attackers are into this. Let's move. Nation state actors. So these guys are nightmare, I'm telling you. So these guys are like, anyone working on cyber security space, nation state actors are like, they are the Vikram படத்துல வர கமல் மாதிரி, like, the ghost. So these guys are like politically motivated, like, many news that you would have seen, like, Pakistan is hacked one of our government side, put a flag on this, and we hacked theirs and all this, some group will be there. These groups are highly sophisticated and they are funded by each government itself, like, and Russian and Chinese are leading in this. So these guys, Russians and Chinese, these nation state actors are funded by the government. They have all the tools at their disposal, like whatever they need, it is there. So these nation state actors is again a huge threat to any company. So if you are a company, and then obviously government agencies will be your clients. So nation state actors will be trying to target them every day, day in, day out. So you have to guard against them. So this is one of the key challenges that any cybersecurity professional faces who is in the defensive side of things. And let's go last, exploitation of supply chain. So what is a supply chain attack, right? It's a very interesting concept. How many of you have seen this ad, Hotstar unlimited free, hacked Hotstar? இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்களா யாராச்சும்? hacked Hotstar free for lifetime. சூப்பர் தம்பி, அவ்வளோ மன தைரியம் உனக்கு. ஸோ இப்போ கஷ்டப்பட்டு ஒரு வாட்ஸ்அப்பை ஹேக் பண்ணி, கஷ்டப்பட்டு ஒரு அப்ளிகேஷனை ஹேக் பண்ணுறக்கு, ஒருத்தனோட அக்கௌண்ட்டை போய் ஹேக் பண்ணிகிட்டு இருக்கிறதுக்கு, அவன் யூஸ் பண்ணுற அப்ளிகேஷனே ஹேக் பண்ணிட்டான், அப்ளிகேஷன் பிளாட்ஃபார்மே ஹேக் பண்ணிட்டான். So that is what a supply chain attack does, right? So I'll tell you. So instead of going and individually targeting a WhatsApp account, what if I put a malicious code in the WhatsApp itself, original WhatsApp itself? So everybody is using it. So basically, instead of trying to achieve one user and getting the complete user base, at least in the last decade, right, last 15 years, the major attack, like one of the attack where all of us got compromised is SolarWinds. So when I talk about SolarWinds, right, I told about a company FireEye, right? So FireEye was a leading company in cybersecurity as well as response. If somebody gets, one of the company thinks they got hacked, somebody hacked into their system, they call folks from FireEye. FireEye is so good at it, they were able to actually identify who the actors are, what all they did, and then they'll just remedy it so quickly. Even for FireEye, in SolarWinds, FireEye got hacked. FireEye got hacked and all their tools were stolen. The tools that they use for investigations, they got stolen in FireEye. So I'll tell you the reason behind it. Any corporate company uses networks. Without networking, there is nothing in the company. The systems will be always talking to each other, right? So to manage this network, there is something called as SolarWinds. It's a software that all the IT companies uses for managing their networks. The hackers, what they did, they hacked into SolarWinds and then they injected their malicious code into the SolarWinds software itself. So basically, when the next update rolled out, all the customers of SolarWinds is running a malicious version of the software, which gave the attacker access to all the companies that is using SolarWinds. So at least, I would say thousands of companies, including Microsoft, FireEye, all leading, Tesla. So all these companies were compromised by SolarWinds. So supply chain attack is one of the key challenges that we face. It's one of the major ones, and very destructive as well. So let's move on. So now with all the challenges, with all these challenges listed, I want to talk about where actually this AI is helping us, right? This ML space. How do you think AI can help us with all these challenges? Yes, ma'am. Advanced threat detection. So this is what I'm talking about, right? So AI has this power. I told about 9,000 crore features and all these, right? So AI has a power of, analyzing tons and tons of data, right? Once you train a model, and that too, it can actually predict something very fast. Your prediction time for models is less than milliseconds, which we can tolerate, right? So that's where AI is giving us an edge. So rapid detection, the moment something comes in, right, all our email filters are majority of them are AI. So that's how we were able to achieve a scale of 900 crore emails, right? Otherwise it won't work. So it is able to process features so quickly, and then it is able to detect, within a fraction of seconds, able to detect those things. So that is one of the key advantages we get with AI. Automated incident response. So one of the good areas that I love to talk. சரி, அட்டாக் ப்ரிவென்ட் பண்ணியாச்சு. ஸோ வாட் அபவுட் நடந்துருச்சுன்னா, ஒருவேளை இந்த மாதிரி பல்பு எரியும் எங்கே எரியலை அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி ஒருவேளை அட்டாக் நடந்துருச்சு, காம்ப்ரமைஸ் ஆகிடுச்சு ஒரு அட்டாக். ஸோ த ஆஃப்டர் மேத் இஸ் பேட், ரைட்? ஸோ it's every minute you delay, more users are getting compromised. So the moment you know that an attack has happened, you should be able to scoop. Okay, 10 பேருக்கு லிங்க் கிளிக் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க, 4 பேர் டவுன்லோட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க, and then 3 பேர் they executed and they ran. In the 3 systems, they created these pointers. They sent out mails to these people, right? இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு இன்சிடென்ட்டை ஸ்கூப் பண்ணுறது, it's very easy with AI. So AI can give those informations within minutes. So we use models for scooping. We call this scooping. அதாவது மொத்த இன்சிடென்ட்டை அப்படியே ஸ்கூப் பண்ணி வெளில எடுக்கிறது. So we will be able to identify this incident parameter so quickly with AI, and we will be able to isolate it. So once we isolate, then it's fine. Rest of the company performs as usual. Only these isolated sections, we can take care of them later on. So AI does a very great job in this area. Behavioral analysis. Yeah. So this is one of the most critical assets, right? In any idea, one of the most vulnerable. When I say vulnerable, right? எப்போ பார்த்தாலும் இதுதான் பிரச்சனையாக இருக்கும். ஒரு சைபர் செக்யூரிட்டியில் இருக்கிறவங்களுக்கு இதுதான் பெரிய தலைவலி, இந்த சிஸ்டத்தை வச்சு மேய்க்கவே முடியாது அப்படின்னு நாங்கள் நினைக்கக்கூடிய சிஸ்டம் அந்த யூசர் தான். சும்மாவே இருக்க மாட்டான், கண்டதையும் டவுன்லோட் பண்ணுவான், பார்க்குறதெல்லாம் டவுன்லோட் பண்ணுவான், கொடுக்குற சைட்டு எதையுமே பார்க்குறதில்ல, அப்படியே கிளிக் பண்ணி வர்றது. ஸோ இந்த யூசரை காம்ப்ரமைஸ் டிடெக்ஷன் இஸ் it's one of the hard problems. Even now it is a hard problem to solve, right? The moment you give you a passwords, the attackers will try to gain access to your account ASAP. Make sure that they get hold of you even before you realize that. ஸோ சம்மந்தமே இல்லாமல் பொள்ளாச்சியிலேருந்து திடீர்னு டக்குன்னு பார்த்தா இன்ஸ்டாகிராம் அக்கௌண்ட் அமெரிக்காவிலேருந்து ஒரு லாகின் வரும். ஸோ again this is a data challenge, right? So for every user, how do I know this guy is only in Pollachi, right? And then there are people like me who's like, travels to Udumalpet for 2 days, Pollachi 2 days, and then goes to Coimbatore, and then suddenly goes to Bangalore. So there has to be a behavior pattern getting established. So that's where AI does a very great job. It is able to specify, okay, this particular user is always limited to this Tamil Nadu region, right? It is able to expand its sites, right? So if somebody who's sitting only in Pollachi and not going anywhere, his region will only be Pollachi. For somebody who's like traveling like me, so it will be probably South India. For somebody who goes like frequently to US, his location will be both in India and US. So AI is able to get this pattern for each user, and the moment it sees a change, right? The moment it sees, hey, why am I seeing this IP logging from Dubai, right? This account never went to Dubai. So anyone travel to a foreign country, try to access your social media for the very first time, it will present you with challenges. It will send you a text to your phone, it will send a OTP to your email, ask you to answer your security questions. These are all the checks. So how is it happening? So AI is behind it. The security system using the AI is behind that. That makes sure, okay, this guy doesn't travel like this. I'm seeing it for the very first time. And same happens. நம்மளால் எப்போவுமே மொபைல்லையே நம்ம நெட்டு லாகின் பண்ணுவோம். டக்கு எப்போ பார்த்தாலும் க்ரோமை போட்டே லாகின் பண்ணிருப்போம். டக்குன்னு ஒரு நாள் ஏசியன் in Internet Explorer browser, right? Flags it. AI system flags it. So for each user, AI is able to identify the metadata around it, the features around the user, like what browser he is using, what device he is using. He is using an Android mobile. Suddenly I see a sign in from iOS. I feel this is suspicious. This guy should go through a longer check, right? And then you use a Windows computer, and then suddenly you see, okay, MacBook வாங்குறோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் வாங்கி லாகின் பண்ணால் கேட்பீங்க. Because it always recognized you in a Windows machine. The moment you switch to Mac, our systems are able to identify that. So how is it possible for imagine like how many crores and crores of users Instagram, Facebook has, or any system has, and how is it able to have profiles for each user? AI is the reason. Your features are calculated and stored, and every time you do a login, there is a quick check happening, making sure you are not deviating from the existing credentials. So if you are deviating, it runs you through an extended path. Predictive analysis. Wow. So this again is so stock predictions. AI can predict as well, right? Like in the Mari, it takes trends into account, right? It takes இப்படி இருக்கான் எப்படி மாறிடும் அப்படின்னு. ஸோ நம்ம எப்போவுமே ஒரு ஃப்ரெண்ட் இருப்பான், ஒரு 5 வருஷம் நம்ம கூடயே இருந்த ஒரு க்ளோஸ் ஃப்ரெண்ட் இருப்பான். அவனை நம்ம தெளிவாக சொல்லிடலாம், இதுக்கப்புறம் அவன் இதாக பண்ணுவான், இதுக்கப்புறம் அவன் இதாக பண்ணுவான். ஹவு டு வி கெட் டு நோ தட்? Because we lived with them for so many things, right? So நான்லாம் முடிவு பண்ணிடுவேன், புதன்கிழமை காலையினாலும் உப்புமா தான் போடுவாங்க எங்கள் வீட்டில் அப்படின்னு நானே முடிவு பண்ணிடுவேன். 5 வருஷம் ஆகிடுச்சு, எனக்கே தெரியும் புதன்கிழமை காலையில் நான் பெருசாக எதிர்பார்க்க மாட்டேன். ஸோ how am I able to get this is the data in the past. So that is where AI can actually learn from the past and know what could be the future. So this is again helping us with the constant threat landscape that I was talking about, right? So when it is changing, AI knows, okay, first time இப்படி இருந்தது, ஓகே ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் லியோதாஸாக இருந்தான், அடுத்த வாட்டி பார்த்திபன் சொல்லிட்டு சுற்றிட்டு இருக்கான், ஓகே அடுத்து என்ன பேர் வைப்பான் அப்படிங்கிறதையும் AI கண்டுபிடிச்சிடும். So next time when he changes the name, it will catch him right there. So that's how the predictive analysis works. So this helps us to genetically deploy a model. Like நான் ஒரு மாடல் டிப்ளாய் பண்ணிட்டேன்னா, even when the actors are changing the malware or anything for every 2 or 3 hours, I can actually, our systems are still good because our system able to predict what could be the feature, and it has already learned that as well. So okay, in cyber security areas, endpoint security. நானே பேசிகிட்டு இருக்கேன்ப்பா. ஸோ எண்ட் பாயிண்ட்னா என்னவா இருக்கும் எண்ட் பாயிண்ட்னா? எனி கெஸஸ், வைல்டு கெஸஸ்? எண்ட் ஆகிற பாயிண்ட்டு தான் எண்ட் பாயிண்ட், அதானே? ஸோ எண்ட் பாயிண்ட்ஸ் ஆர் நத்திங் பட் மெஷின்ஸ் தட் யூஸ், லேப்டாப்ஸ், மொபைல்ஸ், anything, any end point, that is called your end point. ஸோ நான் ஃபஸ்ட்டு லேப்டாப் வாங்கினோன்னே எல்லோரும் புதுசாக லேப்டாப் வாங்கிப்பீங்களா? இந்த மொமெண்ட் யூ ஜாயின் காலேஜ், how many of you got a new laptop? எத்தனை பேர் புது லேப்டாப் வாங்கினீங்க காலேஜ் சேர்ந்ததுக்கப்புறம்? அவ்வளோ நல்லா இல்லைங்களா நீங்களாம்? எத்தனை பேர் புது ஃபோன் வாங்கினீங்க காலேஜ் சேர்ந்ததுக்கப்புறம்? இங்கே வருது. ஸோ the moment when you get a laptop, right, they'll say, sir, antivirus install பண்ணி தரோம், right? So that antivirus is endpoint. So that's endpoint security. So what that does, right, என்ன பண்ணுது இது? சும்மா RAM ப்ராசஸரையும் இழுத்துட்டு இருக்கு. So that constantly monitors you, right? When you install a software, it checks சம்மந்தமே இல்லாமல் why is this reading the file, why is it, taking all the files to a single folder and archiving it, why is it, spanning up a lot of other process, why is it registering itself as a startup process? In the mari multiple questions this will ask, and then it will flag. So AI is able to do that in a very fraction of seconds for us, other than conventional signatures, like it will go through the second beta alpha testing phase and then comes to you. AI on the other hand watches for all your behavior, picks up the clues, and then it runs the detection for you. You go network again. India we have a network security, everyone knows, right? VPN users, அட சத்தமே இல்லாமல் இருக்கீங்க. எதுக்கு VPN யூஸ் பண்ணுறோம்? தமிழ் ராக்கர்ஸ் நான் வராது. தெரியுது மேபி ப்ளூ கலர், நீ பெரிய ஆளாக இருக்கிற. ஸோ how do you think that is happening, right? Like there is a system sitting between you and the site. Why do you think Tamil Rockers doesn't roll in India? Go to US போனால் Tamil Rockers அடிச்சாலே வரும், VPN தேவை. ஏன்னா there is a system that is sitting in India blocking that. So we use a VPN to access those sites, right? Sir, black hat hacker இன்ஸ்டாகிராமில் வச்சுருக்காங்க, என்னடா பண்ணுவேன் சார்? VPN யூஸ் பண்ணி படம் டவுன்லோட் பண்ணுவேன், அந்த மாதிரி தான். ஸோ there is, in network security as well, there is a system sitting constantly monitoring you. Firewalls, right? Intelligence systems, they know why somebody in in an enterprise they are much more intelligent. Why somebody in a company, I see half of the company is communicating to one of the sites which we haven't done before. ML knows it. Okay, in the particular site இந்த கம்பெனிலேருந்து யாருமே அக்சஸ் பண்ணதில்லை, சடனாக 50 பேர் அக்சஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க, இங்கே இந்த சிஸ்டம்லேருந்து வருது. Then it will flag. It says your host are talking to an agent that we haven't seen before, and there could be something very suspicious about it, right? So that's where AI can tell us. So this behavioral analysis AI will do for us. Let's move. Email security. Okay, space is it. We spoke before, right? German client, they actually predict it in German. The attackers make sure the content is served only when they access from the German IP. நாங்கள் அவனுக்கு ஒருபடி மேலே போவோம். What first do is we use AI to know what is the language in the email. Germanல இருக்கவங்க mostly they use German words, or we know where the headquarters of the company is located. Let's say that if it's a German company, we know that from the domain itself we know that the company is German. So what we do, when we crawl that links, we crawl from German IPs. அந்த மாதிரி. So we decide the location using AI from which region that we want to crawl a particular link from, so that the phishing content is served. So அப்படி தப்பிச்சு வந்தால் நாங்கள் இப்படி போய் பிடிக்கிற மாதிரி, we go from the same area and we crawl them, we'll catch them. So that's what is happening in it. And same phishing attacks, patterns and everything. Identity security, all that I spoke of, right? So a user, an Instagram user, your identities are computed, calculated and pre-registered. நீ யார், என்ன பண்ணியிருக்கிய, எதுக்கு, எங்கேருந்து லாகின் பண்ணுவேன், எந்த சிஸ்டம் யூஸ் பண்ணுவேன்,
இது எல்லாமே பேக் எண்டில் ஸ்டோர் ஆகிடும். ஸோ எவ்ரி டைம் யூ லாகின் டு இன்ஸ்டாகிராம், யூ வில் பி செக்ட் அகெயின்ஸ்ட் தோஸ் வேல்யூஸ், and if there is a deviation, you are given a very long path. So that's the areas where ML is playing a crucial role for cybersecurity. Roadmap. ஸோ இதெல்லாம் இப்போ இருக்குது, எல்லாமே போயிட்டுருக்கு. இது வாட் இஸ் த ஃபியூச்சர், லைக் எப்படி ஃபியூச்சர் இருக்க போகுது, எந்தெந்த ஏரியாஸில் எம்எல்ஸ் வில் பி பிளேயிங் அ வெரி க்ரூஷியல் ரோல் when it comes to cyber security. AI driven autonomous security system. So all these right now சொன்ன models in the 800 emails up பண்ணுறது, those are all like a huge teams that sits on the back of it. There is a dedicated research team, data science team, engineering team. So these guys are constantly evaluating those models, training those models, deploying it for you. So future ChatGPT, large language models use பண்ணீங்களா ChatGPT? So that's the game changer, right? So now a system will learn on its own. நம்ம போய் அதை சொல்லிட்டே இருக்க தேவையில்லை, இந்த மாதிரி லேர்ன் பண்ணு டேட்டாவும் கொடுக்க தேவையில்லை. It will sit, it will start detecting, meantime it will learn from it. So it is constantly detecting and learning at the same time, and then it will update at the same time. So it's like put and forget. So you deploy that system and then you forget about it. நம்ம வீட்டு டிஷ் டிவி ஆண்டனா மாதிரி மாட்டோம், ஒரு வாட்டி மாட்டினோம் அவ்வளோதான், அது பாட்டுக்கு வருது. 12-15 வருஷம் ஆச்சு அந்த மாதிரி. It's like that. So you just deploy it, the security systems will automatically learn from your environment, and then it updates itself, and then it just starts detecting the new threats. Let's move. Collaborative defense ecosystem. So அந்த பழைய கதையெல்லாம் போயிடுச்சு. இப்போலாம் like there is nothing like a known malware coming to you, there is like non-known phishing attack coming to you. So now the attackers are actually going from various places, the network challenge that I spoke. They initially compromise the user and then they move to the system. From there they go to the cloud, right? So in order for us to detect these kind of attackers, we need to know all. The AI will be the head of all. So with all these workers around, like endpoint la nee, cloud ke nee, email ke nee, everyone tell what you are seeing, right? That's what it happens. Like you'll have multiple people at the entry port, different areas, and then you decide where they are going. தீரன் படம் பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? கிளைமேக்ஸ்ல என்ன நடக்கும் சார், அந்த ஃப்ளாக்லேருந்து லெஃப்ட்டில் ஓடி வரான் சார், சார் இங்கேருந்து இவன் ஓடி வரான் சார், அப்படின்னா இங்கே இந்த இதுக்கு தான் வருவான். அதை மாதிரி தான். ஸோ ஈச் ப்ராடக்ட் ரிப்போர்ட் வாட் இட் சேஸ், and the product that sits on top, it's called XDR, cross platform detection. So that particular intelligent product will pick up signals from each of this and then comes up with a detection saying that hey, this guy is bad and he has done all this array of work, and here is what the compromise looks like. Clean it up. So that's would be the next future of this. AI in cloud security, yeah. So that region is over. Like when a company buys server, now you know that, right? Like they are no longer giving you desktop machines. Like if you join a company and you are expecting a desktop, you are sorry. போனால் CPU இருக்காரு, CPU எங்கே அப்படின்னு திடீர்னு வர மாதிரி பாயாசம் எங்கடா அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி தான் போய் உட்காரணும். ஏன்னா they are no longer using it. Everything is in cloud. It gives you flexibility. All you need is a monitor, keyboard and a mouse and the network LAN cable. Your system is sitting somewhere. So you have an office in Chennai, you go log in, you'll get your system. You go to Pune tomorrow, log in there, you'll get the same system. So it is very easy. Like instead of giving individual hardwares that goes outdated, it is very easy to update, right? With everything in a single area. So cloud is the next feature. Like cloud, all the organizations are shifting towards cloud. So cloud is the key area for us. And AI is going to play a very crucial role in the cloud security part. Like Microsoft also has a cloud security offering, and that is one of the hot cakes that gets sold mostly, right? It now knows, hey, I see that particular user is spinning up like 10 Azure VM instances. I don't know why this particular user is having a GPU. Now these guys, hackers are like they are in a different league. instead of hacking you, what they are doing is they'll hack an account and then they create a GPU. That GPU cost you something like, $400, $500 an hour, 4,000, 4,000 per hour on the GPU cloud lo. So what they'll do, they create a high powerful GPU there and then they'll start mining bitcoins. உன்கிட்ட கஷ்டப்பட்டு உன் அக்கௌண்ட்டை லாக் பண்ணி காசு கேட்டு மிரட்டி இது பண்ணுறக்கு உன் சிஸ்டம் அண்ணன் எடுத்துக்கிட்டேன்டா அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஜிபியூ எடுத்து அவங்க பிட்காயின்ஸை மைண்ட் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சு he earns from that, right? And so basically it is built towards you. We have seen a client who lost 2.5 billion accounts, like 2.5 billion in money, right? 1 billion is 100 crores, like 250 crores he lost because somebody compromised his GPU instances and they spun up somewhere 4 or 5 GPUs instances and it was running forever. Nobody noticed until the bill came for a month, right? So that's how things are. So cloud is a very crucial area, at least in the next decade, and then AI is going to play a very crucial part in securing the cloud space. So with that, that's it from my end. Thank you very much for this opportunity. So hope Okay, let's open up for questions. Irika? Sir, lunch time aayiruchu. Yeah, I have a question here.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
Actually, everybody know about the AI twin, right?
Sorry?
AI twin.
AI
twin.
AI twin, okay.
Twin. That is used for detecting diseases like genetic diseases.
Okay, okay, I got it. Yeah.
What AI
நீ இதை மட்டும்தான்
what
பார்க்கணும்.
AI is hacked in the
யாரையும் பார்க்கக்கூடாது. ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் என்னது அதுதான் இருக்கு. இந்த தவறு ஆன்சர் பண்ணுறப்ப அதை பார்க்கணும்.
ஓகே மேம்.
what if
Okay, what is the...
AI can do and how it solve that problem.
So you're saying that in the genetic, basically your prediction, right? Like, the genetic disease prediction, diabetes is one, right? So the model predicts if you get a diabetic or not. Like, can you be diabetic? What percentage of it will be diabetic? And the question here is, what is it?
Maybe my father had a
Okay.
heart attack in 30s. Maybe I can get it in 20s. If it comes for me or it is detecting through AI, what if someone hacked that AI? How will it detect?
Actually, a very great question you asked, right? Like now, not just anything, like this is called as adversarial ML, right? We take this topic very seriously, right? I told you this, right? When the features come, the models are constantly learning from the data that it is seeing, right? It is very much possible that that hackers know about this, right? These people are nothing; they know even about how the industry works, right? So for everyone's understanding, the question is this: we use AI and ML for everything. What is the ML phase, right? பத்தாத நதியெல்லாம் காஞ்சு போன இடம்லாம் அந்த நதியை பார்த்து ஆறுதல் நதியே காஞ்சு போனால் எம்எல்ஏ ஹேக் ஆச்சுன்னா வாட் ஹேப்பன்ஸ், right? So this is called adversarial AI, and in which attackers will actually inject prompts, like inject malicious inputs to the model to make it believe that it is genuine. So you have seen this, right? ChatGPT also, you can do this, right? They inject a suspicious prompt, making sure ChatGPT gives you a wrong answer. So this is very much happening, and there is a dedicated team sitting for this, right? Even all your prompts are scanned. So any input, so we call it input sanitization. So anything when we are, before we actually introduce it to the ML model, there is a system that makes sure none of this, like anything that is suspicious or anything that is that we think that it may change the system, right? We filter them out. So we make sure only the clean inputs are learned, and all the other malicious inputs are even dropped even before reaching the model. So this is actually a great topic. It's called adversarial AI, and you can research about it. This is actually one of the key topics. Like, not much people are actually doing it. You can do that.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have another question.
Yeah.
Is everybody saying is cloud cloud is everywhere. There is no CPU at all. You are actually I'm a web developer.
Okay.
So, is it any chance that AI can replace the developer? There is any chance of that?
Oh yeah, this is like, the developer
Actually, I actually tested in ChatGPT. I tested a sign-in page. It actually gave me a sign-in page. That's very shocking for me, actually.
So, how do you feel like it? Gave you good one or a bad one?
Wow, that's a great question, but
Huh?
both. It's good also. It's also bad.
Oh, see, I'll tell you this, right? There is a common notion in the current community. ChatGPT can replace developers. So they say this, right? Initially, when humans develop, so the development is 10 days, the debug is 2 days. Now the development is 2 days, debugging is 10 days because you don't understand your code, right? This is where the problem rises. Like when you get something from ChatGPT, put them onto your system. You are deploying them in prod. Like you are making users accessible to it. So if you don't know your code, you don't review it, then it's a huge problem. So I don't think development won't die, right? Obviously, any day a system cannot match humans, right? So I would say, developers are safe. They are safe.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Anything more?
I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chief guest for a captivating speech at National Conference. Your insights and culinary wisdom have added a flavorful dimension to our collective pursuit of excellence. Thank you for inspiring us with your expertise and enriching our conference experience.
I like to welcome Dr. R. Maladi Ravindran ma'am to give vote of thanks.
Video.
Good morning to everyone. My immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks. The department of BCA is very much grateful to the management for permitting us to conduct this 2 days national conference. I extend my sincere thanks to our beloved principal, Dr. R. Muthukumaran sir, for his constant support for obtaining the necessary administrative approval for organizing the event in our campus. Our sincere gratitude to Academic Dean Dr. Ravana Babu sir and Research Dean Mr. Umabadi sir for their valuable suggestions. Our sincere thanks to our manager Mr. Nagunathan sir, Controller of Examination Dr. Manikacharyan sir, CDC Coordinator Mr. Srinivasan sir, Deputy Controller of Examination Mr. Nagarajan sir, SIMS Director Dr. Balaswamy sir. On behalf of our institution and our BCA department, I extend my heartfelt thanks to our chief guest, Mr. R. Santosh Kumar Ramachandran, Dr. Srinivasan Iswaran, Mr. Nandakumar, for taking the time to come to this event. Thank you, sirs. Mr. Santosh, sir, thank you very much for valuable, innovative and inspirational talk. I also thank our conference chairpersons and reporters for accepting our invitation. I also thank all the HODs, staff members from various departments and non-teaching staff members who always stand by us and motivate us. Our welcome and thanks to Dr. Deepa, PG Department of Computer Science. I would like to thank Dr. S. Hemalata and Dr. S. Sumati for helping us to arrange the chief guest. It's not something that happened over a night. Here, I should mention our gratitude to Mr. Ganesh, research scholar, for his dedicated work towards the successful outcome of our conference proceedings. My sincere thanks to editorial committee members for their sincere and hard work. I thank all the sponsors and members who are all presenting the stall in Aruchilvar Arangam. My sincere thanks to the MOC desk and the students who sang the prayer song. I also thank our technical persons, lab assistants, electricians for their continuous support. My heartfelt thanks to all the staff members for their enormous cooperation. Last but not the least, a big thanks, a great applause and our heartfelt appreciation to each one of our BCA rock stars, our lovable students, children, who made this nook and corner of this conference arrangements a great success. Thank you so much for making this conference so special for each one of us. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Students, the tea, now it's time for tea break. The tea is arranged for you in Bharadiyar Arangam. You should assemble here within 10 minutes.
In the midst of discussion, a tea break where ideas step and conversation bloom. Let's have a tea break. Students, assemble here again within 10 minutes.
இது கேட்டுக்கிறேன் 47 ஆஃப் பண்ணிட்டு போய் ஷார்ட்டை கேட்டு சீப்பிட்டு இருந்தால் வாங்கிட்டு வந்தோம். அது சார் கற்றுக்கலாம் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்ல சீப்பிட்டு இருக்கா கேட்டுக்கலாம் சீப் என்ன இல்லை நான் ஷார்ட்டை கேட்டேன் ஓட்டிட்டு இருக்கேன். ஆமாம் கட் பண்ணுங்க கேட்டுக்கிறேன்டா வச்சு சங்கம் இருக்கேன் லைவ் கட் பண்ணிக்கலாம் கேட்டோட பாடா அஞ்சு நிமிஷம் இது சேவ் ஆகிடும் சார். நம்ம அப்லோட் கொடுத்துடலாம் சார். சேவ் பண்ணிக்கலாம் சார். சார் 10 மினிட்ஸ் அப்புறம் சொல்கிறேன் சார். ஓகே சார்.
கேர்ள்ஸ் இதுலயே போயிருங்க. பாரதியார் ரங்கத்தில் டீ அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணிருக்கு. எதுக்கு இறங்கி ஏறீங்க? இப்போ ஷார்ட் கட் யூஸ் பண்ண
ஆஃப் பண்ணிடலாம்.
இதில் போயிருங்க. அப்படியே நேரம்